Hey folks, FJB3 here, the Wrestling Nut, with another movie video. I did a video about which movie's better, Karate Kid or Rocky, and I liked Karate Kid and I gave the reasons why. This video is going to be the same thing. Which movie is better to you? What do you like better? The iconic two movies, The Thing or The Shining. Both are driven by their leads. Jack Nicholson plays Jack Torrance and is the most over-the-top, crazy, transitionally possessed person you'll see on camera, and it's iconic, that performance, and I have no complaints about it. And then Kurt Russell playing R.J. McCready. I mean, talk about when you rewatch. These are so rewatchable movies. I think The Thing is a little bit more rewatchable, but I'm just going to give you my answer up front, and I'll tell you why. I think The Thing is overall a better movie. It's actually in my top 5 of all time. I said this before when I look at movies. If there's anything I could edit out of the movie that's not part of the story or driving the story or derivative to the story or part of the character development or anything of those aspects, then I would edit it out. Now the runtime of these movies is 1 hour and 48 minutes for The Thing. Perfect runtime. There's nothing I would take out of that film. The Shining, Stanley Kubrick, 2 hours and 22 minutes. Okay, there's a lot of great visuals. That movie has been copied as far as the horror drama genre as much as Blade Runner has been copied as far as the science fiction drama. That's how impactful, that's how revolutionary, and how the cinematography was just done. The visuals were great, and the story, Stanley Kubrick totally changed the story from the book. Stephen King's famous The Shining book. John Carpenter redid the original. This was an old movie, The Thing, based on a short story, and he did it in his vision. Now, one thing about The Thing is the practical effects are amazing. We're in 2025 now, and a lot of movies are going back to practical effects, the substance, because it just gives you a better feel than computer-generated CGI. So those effects actually still stand the test of time. The story is about paranoia. It's great. The Shining is about, the hotel. That is the story. And Jack brings that to life. Jack Nicholson, as R.J. McCready, becomes an instant leader, one of the best leaders you will ever see under the most dire circumstances. You want this guy, R.J. McCready, in your bunker. Absolutely. Now, the characters in The Thing was more ensemble, had more characters. The Shining, it was just Shelley Duvall, Jack Nicholson, their son. They had Scatman Crothers playing the character in the book who gets killed off for no reason. So the characters like Blair, Wilford Brimley, great. Clark, watch Clark. Knowles, skating around the cook. Palmer, the stoner, helicopter pilot. It's just so great. Windows, the radio operator. Gary Cooper, Fuchs. I mean, these actors only had a limited time on screen, but you kind of already knew who they were. I mean, that's how good this movie is. It just works on every single level that you could possibly imagine. I talked about the the effects, and again, Shining has some unbelievable shots, iconic. The music in The Thing is, John Carpenter did the soundtrack, and The Shining has great music as well, but it really, bum, bum, bum. I mean, it just works so much on John Carpenter. When you apply that soundtrack to that actual story, it elevated it. The acting is hard to, Jack was unbelievable. Shelley Duvall was unbelievable as, the petrified, scared wife. Overall, give me your opinion. Which movie do you think is better? I have The Thing in my top 5. Both of them are rewatchable. Let me know.